of Earth, good evening. Welcome to this new edition of Star Nation News 115. Today we are going to explore the solar system at the discovery of the carved moons and planetoids. We will also see what is it about to be a starseed, why you are here, and why is it for. And finally, we will fasten our seatbelts to a trip to the other side of the galaxy, to the still fire star cluster. Are you ready? Fasten your seatbelts and engage. What it is about to be a starseed, or as the people from the stars call envoys. The envoy program was generated by the Andromedans, the Andromedan Council led by the Zenate. They foresaw that the singularity moment that drove all the galaxy into a terrible tyranny happened on Earth when the Dark Fleet, the Sikaar, and the Nebu allied. So they asked the Galactic Federation of Worlds to go back in time and fix it. Because of the greater law of evolution, which is about not intervening directly into the evolution of a culture, the Galactic Federation of Worlds gave the tools to the people of Earth throughout the Earth Alliance, the secret programs with the US Navy, and the boots on the ground to help humanity get the tools they needed to save themselves. But also, they were also assisted by the clever envoy program. They were different, one led by the Federation, one by the Andromedan, and one by the Council of Al-Nilam. Many of you were selected to come on Earth and incarnate into the body of a baby and awaken the others, the Earthlings. The first job was to wake yourselves up, and then awaken the other starseeds, the other envoys, and then help humanity become aware of who they are, humans of Earth. Starseed envoys are only about a few millions on this planet. We are here for the people of Earth, the real Earthlings. It is them who have the potential. It is them, the architects. We need to awaken the architect, to wake them up. The people of Earth. And throughout this job, it all starts by cutting the distractions and waking ourselves up, going within and discovering our frequency, connecting to it, attuning to the sound, our own song. It is the song of Creator. When we are aware of who we are, beyond being someone from another planet, okay, it's not it. Who we truly are, that seed that is a fractal of God, Creator, that seed that is here within us, inside of your chest, in the heart chakra, it is here. And it is up to you to find it, see it, this little star, this diamond, this glowing thing, that's Creator's fractal. It is your divinity. And the enemies of humanity who were led and managed by Enlil and his followers, his minions, the Illuminati, the Deep State, etc. And then later on they were joined by the Nebu and the Sikaar, the Alliance of the Six. All these bad people who wanted to enslave and crush humanity, have created a whole manipulation of your perception of reality and have cut yourselves from the curiosity to even discover who you are. Even ask the question, am I somebody? The CIA has very well done their job, that everything you believe is untrue. But now you've woken up. They've bombarded you through mainstream media, social media, televisions, education, government fear porns, and religion. To become a good, serving, fear, worshipping entity. Now it's time we break this. Now it's time we go beyond this and walk away from this. Walk within. When you discover who you are, when you discover that you are the divine seed of Creator, you realize you don't need religion. Religion is BS. It's a system, power, control that's been put on you, people of Earth, to control you, to make you feel miserable and worshipping, good, God-fearing. God is not fear. God is the contrary. God is love. Love is the binding force of the whole universe. Love is gravity. It's actually a physical phenomenon that we experience as love. It's gravity. It holds everything together. And what binds it, it's compassion. Compassion is a higher form of love that is the awareness of this force, the embodiment of this force. We came here because we know it as starseeds in our world to teach that to the children of Earth, the future architects. It is a privilege to be here and helping this beautiful people of Earth, key, to become who they really are. And this privilege, we must honor it and hold it high and bright every day. There are many of you I know who believe that they want to go home. I want to go home. I want to contact my star family. Stop whining. Remember why you are here. Remember why you are here. Why you came. You left your family behind. You were a chosen one that was selected because you fitted the mission. So don't disappoint the star people who appointed you, who appointed you among millions to come here. You'll go back home later. Now you have the honor to fight on this battlefield. You have the honor to be alongside heroes. Embrace it. Take a stand. Take the weapon of your skills and go. Fight this war for awakening. Fight this war of disinformation. Be the beacon of discernment for all around you. Protect the abused. Defend the real victims. Because staying neutral is supporting the abused. Stand against the oppressors. Stand against the predators. Stand against any form of control. Fight in that war for the liberation of human consciousness on Earth. Be the ones who are awakening the sleeping architects. Be proud of that, honor it. Be yourself, connect with yourself, with who you are, Starseed envoy. And once you embrace your true frequency, you can radiate it, you know, because you are connected to not only your wisdom, but the wisdom of Creator. Because who we truly are, beyond coming from another planet, it's God. It's a fractal of God. That's who you are. So let's go. Let's go for it. What is a carved moon or carved planetoid? It is a vessel. Many civilizations build spaceships, but many other civilizations prefer to carve out rocks and install in them mechanisms of propulsion and core power and habitat and travel space. And that's the best protection against space radiations, space particles. That's already a built-up spaceship. You just have to put an engine on it. And it can also be observation stations. Let me talk about the moon, Earth moon, which is such a vessel that was brought here a very long time ago by highly advanced civilization. One day, this carved planetoid was found by the Nebu Grays, and they brought their friends, the Sikaar and the Dark Fleet, in the Alliance of the Six. They made of it a post of observation. They installed in it a technology that was a cube technology, relaying a signal from another greater cube technology on Saturn that was relaying directly to the hive, Orion hive. So they could lock Earth in a matrix and ensure all their troops, the Greys, the ships, a good control. You know, they are a hive consciousness. They need to be connected to the central intelligence to function. And the cube on Saturn and then on the moon were a central intelligence control relay for the Greys. When that was shut down by the Galactic Federation of Worlds in 2021 with the Earth Alliance, the Greys were cut from communication, logistic communication with the hive. That's how we could get them. And then Saturn was taken down, the cube on Saturn. Moon of Earth was the first spot where the war began in the liberation of our star system. Mars was next with Antarctica. The Dark Fleet was expelled, and so on, so on, so on. The Galactic Federation of Worlds kicked out the predators from space out of this star system. And they gave arms, technology, and logistics to the armies of Earth to fight their own predators. The Federation brings balance. Their motto is bringing justice and balance in the galaxy. Justice, right? Balance. What does it means by balance? We are restoring the choice. The Federation restores choice, balance, equal forces. They do not alter evolution, because when you have a curve of evolution, if you help the people, you disturb the curve. But if you give them the weapons and the means to help themselves past the stuck bit, you push them, they go their way and they do it. But you need to give them the impulse. That's what the Federation does. It doesn't break the Prime Directive. It just helps. And that what the Federation has done on Earth, without them, we would now be a robotic race enslaved by the Greys. They gave the means to the people of Earth to fight their oppressors, their own predators. By boots on the ground, by starseeds, So let's go back to this carved planetoid, the moon. How this can function. And there are many in this star system. Phobos and Deimos, the moons of Mars, are carved planetoids, original rocks, satellites, but that were carved, one by the Zeta Reticuli grays and small grays, and the others by the tall gray Mitra from galaxy Andromeda. They were serving as relay for hybrids and abductees to be sent back to other destinations for human trafficking. Everything has been taken down, of course. Before taking down Mars, they took these two satellites out of, they cleaned them of the Zeta and Mitra. How, there are so many other carved planetoids in the star system. The moon Mimas of Saturn, for instance, is one, and many, many, many others. How do they work? How do they move in space? Well, they are just spaceships. You put in it a torsion field, core power that works with toroids and poloids, create an electromagnetic field that takes the vehicle out of mass, and then you send electric impulsions in thrusters that are going to move it. But when it comes near a planet, the powerful torsion field of that such big vessel is going to influence the gravity and the tides and everything. So you don't want that too much. You want instead to have a torsion field that is mild and smooth and doesn't cause too much disruption in the gravity of a nearby planet. And that such mild gravity field is generated by not electromagnetic torsion field, but by consciousness. By the torsion field of a consciousness, a plasmic consciousness. These beings who live in space out of linear time sometimes accept to experience evolution being the mind of either a spaceship or a carved planetoid, such as Earth Moon. These plasmic consciousnesses live out of linear time in space. They can, with their mind, move a ship and ensure all the vital functions in the ship, as well as the commands and the logistics and mechanism of all the habitats inside of the ship. They are the power and the navigator, and they respond to the people with whom they cooperate in the ship, such as the Nibiru ship, where Ea is the father of the core plasmic consciousness that he fractaled himself from source. This is why we sometimes look at the moon in a way that is filled with mystery. Now the moon is a beautiful, free planetoid, Earth Moon, now inhabited by good people, the Earth Alliance. And we are going towards more and more discoveries that we will go through together in the coming times. Let us now travel to the other side of the galaxy, to the still fire cluster, to meet the Arek. Who are the Arek? They have been known for a long time as a belligerent threat to everyone in this galaxy, although they never attacked anyone nor generated galactic wars. But their behavior and nature always scared everyone, such as also their military power. And everybody thought that one day, if the Sikaar and the Nebu would fall, what would the Arek do? Well, the Nebu fell. The Sikaar were about to fall. So the Galactic Federation of Worlds took a step in advance when to meet the Arek, and you have all the information of all these events in the previous Star Nation news, the Federation went to see the Arek, and they said to them, we're offering you a treaty of peace, an agreement of non-intervention, and will you please be okay to join the Federation of Worlds? These cultures are all different from one another. They think differently, they behave differently, and they react differently accordingly to the way their brain is wired and their culture and their education. What sometimes you take as a diplomatic offer of peace can be taken as a declaration of war, and vice versa. And the Arek took bad the offer of the Federation. They felt offended. They told the diplomats, well, the envoys, they said, are you considering us belligerent? Are you insulting us? Telling us that we are people who are going to attack everybody else? You know, in the meantime, during all these millennia, this linear time, the Arek had evolved, as every culture does, into a peaceful civilization. But the stigma of their belligerent past was not gone in the mind of the Federation and many other organizations in this galaxy. So things went a bit spicy. Then Ia took things in hands. Ia is the Galactic Peace Ambassador. And he went to see the Arek with the diplomats of the Federation and joined them. And he said to the Arek, on behalf of the Anachim, I may remind you that we have a treaty with you of non-intervention on any planet of the Empire. Well, we would like to extend this treaty to all the planets of the Galactic Federation of Worlds as a non-intervention. The Arek finally said yes to Ia. They say, okay, we can take it like this. We promise not to intervene or interfere with any world protected by the Galactic Federation of Worlds. And that was done. Recently, things went further. The Anach Empire joined the Galactic Alliance of Nataru. That became the United Alliance of Nataru. That's something that happened after the Negu Magnum Oppo joined the Galactic Federation of Worlds. So then the Sikaar War could begin. We could take down an empire. And while the war was going on at taking down the Sikaar Empire, the Anachim joined. Because the Anach Empire was previously tied to the Sikaar Empire by treaties. And the empire of the Sikaar collapsed. Anu was free, the Anachim were free. Ia, the exiled prince, could come back. And the Anachim joined the Galactic Alliance to terminate the Sikaar. That's why the Galactic Alliance of Nataru became the United Galactic Alliance of Nataru. And that played into the Arek's mind for a while. Recently, Ia welcomed ambassadors from the Arek Empire on board the Nibiru mothership. Ia, remind you, is the peace ambassador of the galaxy on behalf of the Anach Empire. And by the treaties that the Anachim have with the Arek from eons of time, a diplomatic conversation went on, at the end of which the Arek decided to join membership, not with the Galactic Federation of Worlds. That's too much for them. They want to remain an entity of their own, but membership with the United Galactic Alliance of Nataru. So now, as an independent entity, the Arek Empire is member of the United Galactic Alliance of Nataru. This just happened. This galaxy is becoming stronger, more united, and blossoming, soaring into an era of peace, abundance, and balance. Prince Ya of the Anaheim Empire has a message for you, people of Earth. Beautiful children of Ki. He is reminding you to stand up in your sovereignty. He is reminding you to stop kneeling in front of any sort of power, especially not religions, especially not in front of people who pretend to be better or stronger than you. He is inviting you to stand up, embrace who you are as a fractal of Creator. Embrace who you are as creators. Ea is telling you that times of submission, of fear worshipping, is over. Worshipping is over. And to repeat his words, worship nothing but your own divinity. Honor it. Honor who you are. There is nothing above you and nothing under you. He has always encouraged people of Earth to become aware of who they are. Stop kneeling. Stop standing low, head down, in front of any type of fake hierarchy. Stand up, look up, and look straight. You are all equals. Individuality is an illusion. People of Ki, we are all equals. In the infinity of space, throughout all cultures and species, worlds and planets. No matter the degree of evolution, we are all equal because we share the same mind, the same structure. We are all fractals of the same source that is divine, and we are divine. Source, singularity, creator that is central. There is nothing above, nothing below. It is everywhere, omnipresent, omnipotent, in the infinity of space. And we are present, powerful, and divine in the eternity of time. It means that no matter how far you are on your curve of evolution, you are. And that is what matters. You are. You are. That concept, I am, we are, is the time field. And finally, we are the oneness of consciousness, creator. Individuality throughout incarnation is the way Creator experiences evolution. But when we understand that we are this fractal of the same substance, we get it. Religions on earth have been wanting people to feel miserable about themselves in order to control them. They have preached fear. Good God-fearing people. No. God is not fear. God is love. Creator is love. Love is what binds everything together. It's gravity. And love is the experience we feel, how we experience gravity throughout our bodies and souls as love. Attracted to something. This is gravity, this is love. This is the dynamic forces of the universe. It's love. And what stick everything together, what binds everything together. You have this law of attraction, these forces of attraction, that mechanism, or dynamics of the universe. But what keeps everything together? It's the higher form of love. The higher form of gravity is the substance, the very substance of Creator, what you are made of. The nature source of everything. And this is compassion. Stand in your dignity. Stand in your divinity. Ia has spoken. Visit my webpage conferences to be informed of my next events where you can meet me. I will be in September very soon in the Netherlands. This will be the main major event in Europe on this end of 2026, where you will be able to meet me at a symposium, a science symposium in Apeldoorn, Battle Beyond Science. Look at my webpage, elenadanaan.org/conferences or international speaker. You have the link here, and you will have all the link to book your tickets and come and meet me. And in the 2027, you will have the opportunity to meet me also in other parts of the world, beautiful parts of the world. France, Sweden again, workshop on the island of Gotland, Dubai, Nashville that is postponed, but I will be in 2027. I can't wait, and other events that are in the preparation as well. So consult this page and you will know everything. Check it out. The debunk of the week is the misconceptions about the Prime Directive. What is the Prime Directive? This has been invented by nobody. It is not a tool of control. If you think that, you've been misinformed or know very well and working for dark agenda or personal agenda. Here is the truth. What we call the Prime Directive in the Galactic Federation of Worlds is a transcription of a natural law of evolution. The Anahim have it as the Diakhura, and other cultures have it without other names. The greater law of evolution is a fundamental law of physics, of creation. It is the dynamic curve of evolution, that is a spiral. It means you come back always at the same spot and you push yourself up the curve of evolution if you have understood the teaching that you've chosen for yourself. An interference in this curve will make it destroy it, make it wobbly. And when you bring a solution for a culture that is struggling, they become dependent on you. They stop evolving, and you have total control on them. And the Federation is not doing this. Is not taking control over population. The purpose of the Federation is to bring justice and balance in the galaxy. And what is the balance? The balance is not saving people by intervening in their curve of evolution, but saving them by restoring balance. I mean, restoring the choice, equal forces. Equal forces means, in the case of Earth, Earth has been in a disbalanced state since Enlil has brought his hand on the people of Earth, enslaving them, and then the Nebu joined, the Seeker joined, and Earth was really, really in a bad position. Couldn't get out of it by themselves. So the Federation brought the tool and the guidance and the help. They gave people the weapons. They created secret space programs. They created science exchange programs. They brought a lot of boots on the ground of theirs, who went here in a very hostile environment, hostile planet, far from their families. Many perished. Entire communities of them, such as Paradise, California. These people worked with the good side of the governments to kick out the real predators. And it worked. Without the help of the Federation, we wouldn't be here. We would be enslaved by grace. We would be a hive already, a hybrid hive. But what the Federation did is to give the humans the tools, empower them. And they did the same thing on Mars. They empowered, they trained the resistance, they empowered the Tiru. So they could take up arms, and it's their victory. And they were proud of it. And the Tiru became stronger in their evolution. They were trained to take in hand their own victory, and that's what the Federation is doing on Earth. It takes longer because people of Earth are stubborn. Stubborn. When they're given help, they doubt about it. Well, that's the work also of the deep state that spreads confusion, saying there's a lot of narratives, Galactic Federation of Light, which is a bullshit psyop, doesn't exist. The Federation is evil, it's fragmented. Now you have the whole Nordics psyop that is like, who are they? That's really dodgy and shadowy. And how am I going to stop listening all this bullshit without any corroborating evidence? Don't you see that they're playing you? Stop. Stop listening to these people. Look at the facts. Soon we will have first contact, and that's going to be amazing. civilian contact. And the deep state doesn't want that. So they are demonizing the Federation, demonizing the Prime Directive, saying the Federation is evil because they don't save Earth. My gosh, they saved you 1,000 times. 1,000 times. To circle back to the purpose of this debunk, the Prime Directive wasn't invented or made up by any organization. This is the transcription in words of the dynamics of evolution of Creator. There are days where things seem to go wrong all the way. There are days where everything seems to collapse, to fall, not working. Take a break. Don't let despair get to you, because despair is the experience of information. The following day, everything's going to go great. Miraculously, new opportunities surprisingly arise. And suddenly you have hope. Now take the step above this dynamics of good days, bad days. You see a pattern. Evolution, you evolve, you evolve, you evolve. And it's getting better, 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 better. Oh, you sometimes have the impression it goes worse. It can go like this, like not a bad day, but a bad month or bad year, but then it always goes up. And when you go really up, you see your life is getting better, it evolves. So never give up, because the overall line of dynamics is the upward spiral. You're going to get back to it. If you don't understand, you're going to get stuck. You go back to it, you understand, you're propelled up. That's how it works. Hope is the dynamics. Always move forward. Always know that you're going to get there. When you look back in time, you have the proof. You see your younger self desperate, and you want to tell them, hey, shake yourself. It's getting better. And now your future self is telling you this. Shake yourself. It's getting better. And it is really getting better. People of Earth, never lose hope. I am here to bring you hope, as is Ea, as is the Federation, as is the Andromedans and all the good people up there. So find hope in your heart. And those who want to destroy the reputation and the name of those who bring you hope have not yet disconnected from illusion. They are stuck. They are stuck. They will evolve themselves. You give them the tools, they take it or not. This is the prime directive. You're using it every day. You know the proverb, you can bring a horse to the river but not force him to drink? That's the prime directive. Not doing the homeworks of your kid because he will never learn how to solve problems, that's the prime directive. You use the prime directive every day in your life. You show direction to someone who asks you for directions, but you're actually not going to drive them there. You develop the orientation skills of this person. That's a prime directive. Every day you use it, and you don't know about it. Because what it is, it's a greater law of evolution. Never lose hope. Hope is the very dynamic that will always get you out of trouble. With much love and compassion, let us move forward.
analyzing data.
This red dwarf system, located 1.6 light-years from Tau Ceti and 12 light-years from Earth, hosts 3 spacefaring civilizations. Orpa, the star in this system, is considered a flare star because it randomly and briefly increases in brightness due to eruptions and chromospheric features on its surface that are intensified by the star's rotation. In consequence, Mureya, the nearest inhabited world, became subject to constant and predictable solar flares, causing major magnetic and atmospheric disturbances. The magnetic field of the planet was considerably fluctuating, endangering local life. The major civilization of Mureya came up rapidly with a solution. Using technology, they configured their world's magnetosphere to remain stable, creating a frequency shield around it. These survival requirements forced them, the Saawik, to accelerate their evolution as they had to find quick solutions and boost their scientific knowledge, fighting against time. These events occurred a long time ago, as the Galactic Federation of Worlds was only a draft in the mind of some Pleiadian cultures, so no help could come from there yet. The Saawik are tall, beautiful humans with tanned skin, indigenous to Mureya. They are now a peaceful civilization, but they have a tormented history of dreadful territorial wars that nearly wiped out the planet several times. Eventually, they evolved into a federated planetary culture. The Saawik are a perfect example that even those with troubled past can unite and build a peaceful future. They are members of the Galactic Federation of Worlds and under the mentorship of the Zenatian Alliance. The Saawik also participate in the envoy programs.
From the storms that nearly destroyed us, we learned the rhythm of peace. The sun may rage, the world may burn, but the mind that masters its own tempest becomes the true shield of its people.